To address and attract our target audience of 25 to 50-year-old males, we used a range of different features. We tried to link our film as closely as possible to the original brief of following an original storyline. This meant when planning, filming and editing our production, we were continually asking ourselves the question of does this follow the storyline? If the answer was yes, we would roll with that idea and do it to the best of our ability. If the answer was no, we would go back to the drawing board and figure out different ways we can do things. We also tried to think constantly about our audience to make sure that when the production was finished, it would definitely attract our target audience to watch it. This means we had to do some background research into past films that we had produced and others had produced of a similar age range / target market as our own. This allowed us to identify what conventions previous filmmakers had used when producing a thriller trailer or opening scene. They included good use of lighting, chiaroscuro, quick and jumpy cuts between shots, parallel and linear music, and shots that are in line with the effect that we were trying to achieve. We also learned that the target audience prefer to see edgy / sharp style fonts, connoting harshness and edginess and bringing a sense of tension to any opening scene. Due to this analysis of key conventions, we attempted to include as many as possible into the opening sequence of our film. This is so that the sequence would appeal easily to the target market we were addressing. We used the convention of chiaroscuro, or light and dark as also known, which is seen heavily throughout most thriller films. We did this at the very start of our opening scene by shooting our killer under a lamppost at the dead of night, whilst the car and its lights moved towards him. This fitted the chiaroscuro extremely well, as it showed the audience that there was something hidden in the darkness. This was also helped by the actor standing directly under the lamppost with a hat on. This meant that there was dark shadows on the character's face, which connoted evil and danger, as the people in the car, Valerie Story and Michael Gregson, the characters, would not have been able to see him, building tension for the audience and following conventions of typical thriller films. We also used the technique of introducing linear and parallel music. This also relates to the very first opening scene. We used a song called You Don't Know by Helen Shapiro for the background music. However, we have removed all natural sound picked up by the camera. This creates a sense of mystery as to where the music is coming from. The song fits nicely with the timing of the set, as it is due to be filmed in August of 1961. It fits because we researched into what was the #1 hit in the UK at that time of the incident in 1961. This linked it extremely close to the set of the sequence and provides a clear yet subtle intertextual reference for the audience watching the film. Also, for some of the older viewers of the opening sequence, they will instantly recognise the song and link it to what happened at the time, and hopefully remember the horrific murders that took place and link it to our version of our events. The final convention we used is the style of font we chose. We followed the typical thriller style font, which involves block letters, sharp corners, creating a general edgy look. Because of this, we decided to go with a font called Impact. We decided to use this font because it clearly follows the conventions of a typical thriller, because the lettering is very edgy and sharp and stands out to the audience. The font itself is actually called Impact, which in turn should create an impact on the page or video in our case, as it also attracts the target audience that it follows the typical conventions that are expected during a thriller opening. To conclude, we have addressed and attracted the target audience that we have outlined previously by looking at other productions and seeing what conventions they use and trying to put them into our own production. Some of these include the edgy and sharp style font, parallel and relevant music, and the use of light. All of these conventions have allowed us to produce something that will easily appeal to our intended audience.